David Muir, ABC's World News Tonight, America's most watched newscast. Now streaming same day with all the breaking news of the day on Disney+. Most watched, most trusted. Now on Disney+ every night.
Tonight, a 1-2 blast of powerful storms threatening the west and northeast. California under a state of emergency tonight. Residents among the 43 million bracing for potentially catastrophic rains and life-threatening flooding. Evacuation orders already in effect in some areas tonight. Meanwhile, a winter storm on track to bring snow and icy conditions to the northeast after Christmas. The wet and wintry threats posing a risk to millions of travelers on the move this holiday season. The surprise announcement, the Department of Justice saying it has uncovered more than 1 million new documents potentially related to the Epstein case, and that it will now take a few more weeks to review and release all the Epstein files. The political backlash only growing after the deadline has already been missed. The investigation into the powerful and deadly explosion that tore through a nursing home in Pennsylvania. 2 women killed, 19 others injured. The details emerging about the blast and dramatic rescues as crews sort through the wreckage, searching for answers tonight. Hailed a hero. A Delaware state trooper killed at a DMV, shoving a man out of the way as a shooter opened fire. His final act of bravery. Ukraine's president putting a new peace plan on the table, the offer to pull Ukrainian troops from the east and create a demilitarized zone. But will the framework bring an end to the war with Russia? A wild ATM heist, dramatic and destructive moments as police say thieves latch an ATM to a stolen SUV and haul it through the aisles of a store. A hefty fortune for the holidays, the $1.7 billion Powerball prize, the jumbo jackpot on the line tonight, one of the biggest ever. And a message of hope and unity. Chicago-born Pope Leo celebrates his first Christmas season as pontiff. His words of peace for millions across the world.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's good to have you with us on this Christmas Eve. I'm Rachel Scott in for David. We begin tonight with the state of emergency in California. Nearly the entire state is facing hazardous weather. Millions tonight on alert for floods and mudslides. There was even a tornado warning for part of the day. As we come on the air tonight, the stunning images of heavy flooding, murky water and debris rushing through a highway in San Bernardino. Police urging residents to stay off the roads. These could be on the brink of an icy and potentially treacherous storm. Those conditions looming right after Christmas. Lee Goldberg is standing by with the forecast, but we do begin with ABC's Melissa Adan leading us off from Los Angeles.
Tonight, a state of emergency on Christmas Eve, with authorities warning everyone to stay off the roads and remain vigilant as an atmospheric river swamps Southern California.
The rain in Los Angeles is relentless. Neighbors tell me it's been a long time since they've seen the LA River roaring like this.
More than a foot of rain possible in some areas. North of Los Angeles, mandatory evacuations issued in Wrightwood. Rain falling up to an inch an hour, liquefying hillsides, mud streaming across roads. This is what it looked like on Highway 2. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department posting these videos showing the conditions around homes in Wrightwood from the ground and the air, warning residents that didn't evacuate to shelter in place. West of Wrightwood, the I-5 freeway in Sun Valley completely inundated on the northbound side. Crews working to clear storm drains, but the damage was done. Not far from there, this FedEx 18-wheeler split wide open and smashed, exposing the cargo. It's unclear if anyone was hurt. This tractor trailer jackknifing and slamming a car into a retaining wall on Highway 60 in Riverside County. Winds whipping at our location as we reported on the storms for Good Morning America. In San Diego, a man was killed when a huge branch fell on him. Crews managed to free him, but he did not survive. Near Sacramento, California Highway Patrol reporting a deadly accident near Elk Grove, California, after a car hit a telephone pole. Up in the higher elevations, 4 to 8 feet of snow possible in the Sierras. Treacherous travel as we head into Christmas.
Rachel, the LA River is raging. This as the flood threat continues through tonight, and it's not over. There's up to 6 more inches of rain expected through Friday. Rachel?
Yeah, and officials still urging residents to stay off the road if you can. All right, Melissa, thank you. I want to get right to Chief Meteorologist Lee Goldberg from our New York station, WABC. Lee, you are tracking 2 powerful storms, more rain out west, and a winter storm that's now developing here in the east.
Our plate is full, Rachel, no doubt about it. We have some heavy rain still on the east side of L.A. to San Diego. That'll continue for a few hours. The rain gets a little lighter, but the high risk for flash flooding goes through the night. More flooded roads and mudslides near burn scars possible. The good news is the rain gets more patchy, but there are still pockets over the next day or two, and even a small amount of rain could obviously aggravate the flooding situation, especially in the higher elevations. And this will go into the day on Friday. 2 to 4 inches of rain widespread from San Jose to San Diego, but north of L.A. in the high elevations, we could still get an additional 6 inches, 4 to 8 feet of snow in the Sierra. Now, outside of the west, it's much quieter across the rest of the country. I mean, you're even talking summery temperatures across the middle of the country in the 70s. Seasonably chilly in the northeast, but Arctic air is along the way. And with a storm charging into that Arctic air, and that's a piece of the Pacific storm, dangerous icing from the eastern Great Lakes into Pennsylvania, and a thump of snow in New York City. Could be 4 to 8 inches here in New York City, higher totals north and west, and dangerous ice across parts of Michigan and Pennsylvania could mean damage and power outages. Rachel?
It really could complicate that post-Christmas Day travel. All right, Lee, thank you. Now to the growing fallout tonight over the Jeffrey Epstein files. The DOJ revealing it needs more time to review 1 million new documents potentially related to the Epstein case. The Department of Justice now says it will take a few more weeks to release all the files, and the backlash is mounting tonight after the administration already missed the deadline required by law. Here's ABC senior White House correspondent Selina Wang.
Tonight, a surprise announcement from the Justice Department revealing they've uncovered over 1 million more documents potentially related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The department stating, due to the mass volume of material, this process may take a few more weeks to review and release the files. Sources previously told ABC News the Justice Department has upwards of 1 million documents related to Epstein. So far, more than 100,000 pages have been made public. Democrats claiming the department is violating the law for not releasing all the documents by last week's deadline. And today, outrage growing over this new discovery. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer posting, a Christmas Eve news dump of 1 million more files only proves what we already know. Trump is engaged in a massive cover-up. The Justice Department says they need more time to redact the files to protect victims, but vowing that everything will be released in compliance with the law.
President Trump has certainly said from the beginning that he expects all files that can be released to be released, and that's exactly what we're doing.
The new documents also raising questions about why Epstein wasn't stopped years earlier. This Town of Palm Beach police report shows authorities looked into Epstein's accomplice Ghislaine Maxwell in 2001 for allegedly recruiting college students to answer phones and do office work for Epstein, saying at least 2 girls complained about Epstein touching them inappropriately. And top Democrats on Capitol Hill calling for an investigation into how this 1996 FBI tip was ignored. A child pornography complaint accusing Epstein of stealing photos of 12 and 16-year-old girls, possibly to be sold. Epstein wouldn't face criminal charges for another decade.
And let's get right to Selina Wang. She's traveling with the president tonight in Florida. Selina, some of these files mention President Trump by name. How's the administration responding tonight?
Well, Rachel, the Justice Department is coming to the president's defense, claiming that some of these documents contain untrue claims about the president, but they're not saying which ones they believe are untrue. The president has long denied any wrongdoing. Rachel.
All right, Selina, thank you. Next tonight, a devastating and deadly blast in Pennsylvania. An explosion ripped through a nursing home, killing 2 women. Dramatic images coming in tonight of the aftermath. A leveled building, twisted metal, and scattered debris. Officials are now trying to pinpoint what exactly caused the blast. Here's ABC's Mola Lenghi.
Tonight, heavy machinery picking through the rubble at this Pennsylvania nursing home as authorities investigate what caused the explosion that leveled part of the facility, killing 2 and hospitalizing 19 others, including one victim officials say was resuscitated by medical personnel.
We need a rapid intervention team to the collapsed area. We have an active fire.
First responders racing to Bristol Health and Rehab Center outside Philadelphia just after 2 p.m. Tuesday. The local utility company saying it was on scene at the time of the blast following reports of a gas odor. Authorities urgently evacuating the facility's 120 residents, saying they found some people trapped in stairways and elevator shafts.
They couldn't walk. They were in wheelchairs. Some people couldn't talk. This could have been a much more serious catastrophe.
One female resident and a female employee killed. Officials initially saying a third person died before later reporting that victim had been resuscitated at a nearby hospital. Late today, the coroner's office identifying that deceased employee as 52-year-old nurse and mother of 3, Maduni Dutu. Her loved ones devastated.
She was a great mother, of course, a great wife. I don't even know what to say.
Well, Rachel, public records show that nursing home was cited for multiple violations related to its facilities. During an inspection back in October, the group that owns it saying they have worked to fix prior issues and will continue to do so in the wake of this tragedy, Rachel.
Mola, thank you. Tonight, a Delaware state trooper is being hailed a hero, putting his life on the line when a gunman stormed a DMV facility. The trooper shoving a man out of the way as bullets went flying. Tonight, a community is honoring his life and his final act of bravery. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Tonight, a solemn salute to a fallen state trooper who authorities say died a hero during a terrifying shooting inside a packed DMV in Delaware.
After being shot, the trooper pushed a DMV employee out of harm's way, and the suspect shot the trooper again.
According to investigators, Corporal Matthew Snook was working overtime Tuesday afternoon when a 44-year-old approached the reception desk and shot him.
We kept hearing the shots. It was like, I would say like 7 to 8 shots. We all got to the floor.
Police say responding officers shot and killed the suspect, but were unable to save the trooper.
I was terrified. My son heard the trooper that got shot. He heard him groaning and gurgling, so that's how close they were.
The 34-year-old, affectionately called Ty, was a Delaware state trooper for a decade, a husband and a father to a 1-year-old child. His death has shaken fellow troopers and community members, prompting makeshift memorials and tributes around the area.
A hero who saved lives today while sacrificing his own.
Delaware Governor Matt Muir called the shooting an act of pure evil. And Rachel, a second trooper and a woman were treated for non-gunshot related injuries. Rachel.
Incredible act of bravery by that trooper, right? Faith, thank you. Ukrainian President Zelenskyy offering a new proposal for peace. The 20-point plan includes withdrawing some troops from eastern Ukraine and creating a demilitarized zone. But the question now, will it be enough to end the war? Here's ABC's Patrick Reevell.
Tonight, as fighting rages despite calls for a Christmas truce, a major development. President Zelenskyy saying he is ready to withdraw troops from Ukraine's eastern Donbas region as part of a peace deal. Zelenskyy telling reporters that the areas in Donbas still under Ukraine's control can become demilitarized zones, but that Russia must also withdraw. The offer is the furthest Zelenskyy has gone towards compromising on a key demand of Vladimir Putin, part of a 20-point plan negotiated with Trump administration officials in Florida that would also include security guarantees. But Putin is unlikely to accept, suggesting at a press conference just days ago that all of Donbas must be under full Russian control. And Zelenskyy tonight, in a Christmas Eve address, sending a different message, saying he and all Ukrainians have a Christmas wish. Let him perish, he says, seeming to refer to Putin, and Ukraine have peace.
There is very little sign that Vladimir Putin will accept this new peace proposal, although a deal may perhaps be inching closer. For now, the Kremlin wants more, and that means that the fighting will likely go on. Rachel.
Patrick, thank you. Tonight, a holiday season of firsts for Pope Leo. His Holiness making history as he leads his first ever Christmas Eve Mass. His message to Christians tonight, one of hope and peace. Here's ABC's Lama Hassan.
Tonight, the first American Pope presiding over his first Christmas Eve Mass. Beneath Michelangelo's majestic dome in St. Peter's Basilica, it was a solemn ceremony. Speaking in Italian, his homily announcing the joy of Christmas and reminding Christians it is a feast of hope. He says because the child Jesus kindles it within us, making us messengers of peace. A message this Chicago native has promoted throughout his papacy so far. The Pope pleading for peace around the world, expressing his great sadness that Russia has rejected a request for a Christmas ceasefire agreement with Ukraine. The pontiff also calling for the tenuous truce agreement in the Middle East to move forward, where Christmas is slowly returning. In the occupied West Bank, for the first time since the war in Gaza broke out 2 years ago, the lighting of Bethlehem's traditional Christmas tree in Manger Square. Tens of thousands of Christian pilgrims flocking to the holy city, with music, light, and hope celebrated.
Rachel, as we reflect on the year that's just passed, tonight's Christmas celebrations in the Vatican and Bethlehem send a message of hope and resilience. Rachel?
Lama, thank you. And there's still a lot more ahead here on World News Tonight. When we come back, the passing of a well-known TV actor and comedian. The Florida woman accused of killing 2 ex-husbands on the same day. The brazen heist captured on camera. Police say thieves used a stolen SUV to yank an ATM from inside a store. Next tonight, a Florida woman is accused of fatally shooting 2 of her ex-husbands on the same day. Susan Avalon is now facing second-degree murder charges. Deputies discovered the first victim on December 17th in Manatee County. They later found the body of Avalon's second husband in Tampa. No word yet on a possible motive, but investigators say Avalon owed thousands of dollars in child support to her first ex-husband. She has not entered a plea. A stunning heist captured on camera. Police are searching for 2 suspects who allegedly used a stolen SUV to yank an ATM from a convenience store in Texas, leaving behind a trail of destruction, fleeing the scene with the ATM attached to the SUV, but losing it during the getaway. It was later recovered by police. When we come back, remembering an actor who appeared on some of your favorite TV shows. And Christmas Eve Powerball dreams the record-setting jackpot that could make the season a whole lot brighter. To the index now, and we have a passing to note tonight. Actor and comedian Pat Finn has died. Finn appeared in several television sitcoms throughout his career, including The Middle, Friends, Seinfeld, and Murphy Brown. He died Monday at his home in Los Angeles after a long battle with cancer. Pat Finn was 60 years old. And someone could have a very Merry Christmas and an even happier New Year. The jackpot for tonight's Powerball drawing is $1.7 billion. That's the 4th largest jackpot ever, with a cash value of nearly $782 million. But the odds of winning are just 1 in 292 million. We wish you all good luck. When we come back, America's strong inspiration for the holiday season, the choir open to all. And finally tonight, spreading unity and acceptance through song. Here's ABC's Pierre Thomas.
Last call for anyone that wants to come sing over in the corner. I know you want to come.
That man calling for carolers in a hotel lobby in Nashville is Duane Hill, a 3-time Grammy Award-winning gospel artist. It turns out his peculiar notion of calling strangers together to sing has set in motion something truly special, and it's exploding. Here's Hill collaborating with legendary gospel recording artist Fred Hammond. It's all part of his 3-year-old project, The Choir Room. A non-denominational, not-for-profit collection of extraordinary musicians, people of all ages and walks of life, who come together to sing, to spread love and joy in a world that can often seem so dark and full of pain. Joy is a familiar refrain in The Choir Room. As you can see in this song, Hill co-wrote with singer Ben Rector.
I got joy in my life.
At times, the choir is 300 to 400 participants strong. 3 years since they began, more than 5,000 people have performed with the group in cities across the South. Feeling nostalgic for the sound and fellowship of a choir, Hill took to social media calling for anyone to join.
Just offer our little small post.
100 people.
100 people showed up. By a year from there, we had 700 people gathering for the choir room.
I was looking for that family, that community, and man, yeah, it's been amazing.
It's a miracle. It's a miracle. I just want people to know through the choir room that when you come to sing with people, you can look around the room and you don't have to see darkness. There is hope.
Thank you for watching. Have a Merry Christmas. Good night.
David Muir, the most watched newscast in America. And now, ABC's World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the third year in a row.